Hi, I hope you're good. In today's class, we're going to be exploring a booty, beautiful strengthening class. If you like this one, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button as well so you don't miss a class that I release here on YouTube. If you like this one as well and you want to do more classes with me, there's way more to choose from over on my website by becoming a member, and that way you've got unlimited access and you can do the classes that you want anytime with me as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to get kind of straight into it, but if you want to warm up first, maybe do some hip rolls, take some twists, maybe just jog on the spot, whatever gets your heart rate going, and then we can get straight into it. So I'm going to get started by laying myself down on my mat, bending the knees and walking the heels towards the backside, feet hip distance apart. Drive the elbows down by the sides of your body, keep your elbows in alignment there with the shoulders. Press the shoulders deep into the mat, hug the ribs in, navel to spine, and lift the hips up. So press the shoulders and the elbows or forearms deep into the mat. So you should feel really strong in the glutes already. You should be able to lift your toes up off the floor and drive down through the heels and the balls of the feet. And then from here, this is where it gets less Jane Fonda-ish, is you want to hug the ribs in, navel to spine, and try and roll down the spine one vertebra at a time. And the last thing to touch the floor is the tailbone. So you're going to inhale, lift up, and on your exhale, lower down, but roll down the spine. And again, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to lower. And again, inhaling to lift up, exhaling to roll down. Now this time you're going to lift up, and I want you to press the hands deep into the mat now, and then wriggle your shoulder blades a bit closer together. You can see I'm wriggling there. So that way I'm nice and active here, lifting the chest and heart up as well as the hips. So you're going to come up onto the tippy toes of your left foot, and then see if we can lift that left foot up towards the sky, pressing deep into the mat with the right foot. Good. Change sides from here, lowering that right foot down, try and keep the hips lifted, lift up onto the ball of the right foot and lift that right foot up towards the sky. Good. From here, lower all the way down and broaden the shoulders and roll the hips all the way down towards the floor as well. Just bring the knees in towards the chest and give everything a rock side to side. So next you're going to take some pulses and you're going to bring the feet down again. Make sure the feet are hip distance apart, knees are bent. Press your hand down by the sides of the body, lift the hips up and start wriggling the shoulders together. Try and keep your knees in alignment there with the hips as well. Navel to spine and pick up that left leg once again. And then you're going to take some pulses here, trying to tap the ceiling. So nice deep breaths. Strong in that right leg, that right glute and right thigh has to work so hard right now to keep up with you. Okay, 3, 2, 1, we're going to change sides. Lift up and begin. Try and tap the ceiling with that right foot. So that left leg has to work so hard right now. Breathe a whole lot. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and down. Rock it out. Knees in towards the chest. Good job. And whenever you're ready, we're going to roll ourselves up to come to a seated position and bring the legs round so you've got shoulders above wrists, hips stacked above the knees. Spread the hands out really wide, push away your yoga mat, navel to spine, tuck the toes underneath and lift your knees off the floor just by a few inches. So imagine you're holding a cup of coffee on your lower back and you're trying hard not to spill it. Set your shoulders back and away from the ears and you're going to walk backwards and forwards here on your yoga mat. Take an animal crawl. So it's an all body one, this one really. Keep spreading the hands out. Try not to overthink it, but really try and supercharge through the legs and through the core. Don't lift your bum too high. I'm not like in a half a downward dog or anything like that. All right, come back to center, back onto all fours, shoulders above wrists, hips stacked above the knees. Push away your mat still, downward facing dog. And just open up the backs of the legs, take a walk on the spot. Good. So next up, you're going to come into Sunbird. Okay, and you're going to be taking the right leg back and the left arm forward. Just get used to that for me. So keep this back leg in alignment there with the hip or with the glute, so you're not throwing your back into it. I want your core and your glutes to go into it. All right, now change sides from here. Left leg back, right arm forwards. Push away your mat. Keep that core nice and strong. So that link in the chain should be nice and strong here. No, 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 not weak. Okay, next up. Play around with this. If you need to go back down onto the knees with this next one, not a problem at all. Just modify this to suit you. Knees are off the floor, okay? And what you're going to do is, again, balance that cup of coffee on your lower back. Don't spill that latte. And you're going to alternate the legs like I'm doing right now. So kick the feet back. Try and point the toes. Get the extension. Get those ballet toes on the go. Navel to spine. Good. If you need to modify, come down onto the knees. It's not a problem, is it? Doesn't matter, keep going. Not too high with the leg. You want the glutes to do the work and the core, not your back. All right? Keep going, you're doing good. Things might be shaking like they are for me now. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, come down. And rest, child's pose. So if you want to and you've got a couple of yoga blocks, use them if you want for your child's pose. Just take a moment, rest. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing down through the shins. Good, and from here slowly come back up. You can pop the blocks over to the side. So next up from here, you're going to be taking your left hand to hold on to that right arm, and what that does is it tries to secure you in place. So again, you're not opening out through the hips, you're just trying to isolate in the glutes. So I've tucked the toes of the left foot there for more stability, and the right leg is going to be doing the work here. I've picked the right knee off the floor and I'm going to slowly wing that out to the side. So you keep going. I'm going to change angle for you right now so you can just see on the other side. It's like that. If I didn't have the hand where it is, I'm more likely to open out through the hips and seesaw, and I don't want to do that right now. So you've got to focus on your balance, keep going, and just trying to isolate that really small movement there and gain as much control as you can. All right, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to change sides. Right, so hold on, right arm to that left arm, tuck the toes of the right foot, pick that left knee off the floor and start. So out towards the side and back. It's really simple. We're just trying to target the glutes here. So don't open out that hip. It's not time for that today. You can do that in other postures. Keep pushing away the mat. If you're finding it hard, you can set the hands down to the floor. Just make sure you're not opening out that hip. All right? Get that squeeze as you lift up. Good. So 3, 2, and 1. Hand change. Palms of the hands down. Now, look at the foot position. All right, so once you're on all fours, you're going to cross your right shin over your calf and stick your right knee out to the side. All right, you can tuck the left toes or not, and then pick the foot up and really squeeze at the top with the glutes and set the shin back down, and it should tap or just hover over your back calf. Lift up and back down. Okay, nice and simple. And go. So this one was inspired by Tracy Anderson. This isn't mine, okay, in case you're wondering. Really open up through the hip, taking the knee out to the side. See how you feel. Obviously, the higher you go, you do tend to arch your back, so just be mindful of that one. But of course, you can just combat that by taking the knee down a little bit lower and lengthening your spine, hugging the ribs in, or you can really go for it. It's up to you. Again, nice deep breaths as you do this work, focusing on keeping form with the rest of your body. So don't just get lazy and dump your head down and your chest down. Lift it up. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to change sides. Okay, so cross over that left shin over the right. Take your left knee out towards your left hand side to face your 9 o'clock. Open up the hip, pick it up. Keep pushing away your yoga mat. So glute exercises do feature often in my practice, and that's because I found out I had really weak glutes. I'd always end up feeling pain in my lower back on some activities that I'd be doing, or even in my yoga practice, and it's because I had underactive glutes. So when I started focusing on strengthening them, massive changer. I felt like, oh right, okay, now because my glutes are working, my back isn't having to work so hard. It was fantastic. All right, let's go. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. And come down into downward facing dog. And walk on the spot. Okay, so we're going to come up to a standing position next. So you can walk the feet forwards towards the hands. Feet hip distance, bend the knees, and roll up the spine coming up to standing. Don't forget to roll the shoulders back, reach the hands up, bring the hands to come to prayer. And this time you're going to set the right foot back. Okay, so bend through the left knee, set the back foot. I'm on the ball of the back foot, by the way, feet hip distance apart. I'm going to bend into the back knee, so I kind of bring all this power towards the back, and then I'm going to spring it forwards, reach the arms up, and then back down again. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to keep it a little bit lighter here. You're not lifting the leg too high because you're still focusing on your balance, or if you're really going for it today, just see what feels good to you. You can see it's got quite a compact lunge. Down we go, get that spring in your step, and then launch it forward. So I'm not opening out the hip, just making sure the hips and the chest are facing forwards. Let's go, we're going to go for 10. Whoa, halfway there. One more. Nice. And down. So change sides. All right, so I've got right foot forwards and left leg back, feet distance apart. Get that coil in your spring, and then lift up and move forward. So it might take you a couple of goes just to kind of test run it. Make sure it feels good. So 1, 2, carry on. 3, 4. Halfway there. Oh. Whoa, feel really wobbly. And 10, nice job, and come down. Oh, okay, have a breather. How did that one feel? We're going to do that again. All right, so you've got left leg forward, right leg back. And what I want you to do with these ones is try to hold that back leg for just a second longer than you did previously, okay? So you've got your stance, you're on the ball of the back foot, navel to spine, coil it in and down, forwards and expand and hold, okay? Ready, let's go. Good, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wow. Come down, change sides, nice job. All right, so try and get that hover and hold. Keep everything squared, don't focus on height too much of the back leg. Get down into your spring and then lift up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that was terrible. 8, 9, and 10. Oh, nice job. Check it out. Grab some water if you want to. Make sure you're breathing the whole time. Okay, so this time I'm going to flip myself around to face the other way or towards you guys. And I want the feet into goddess squat or lunge. I've got my heels are in alignment with each other there and my toes turned up to the sides, so I can squat down into it and the knees are tracking the toes, so don't let your knees dip inwards. Also, don't go too wide with your lunge because you'll struggle this one with the hips. So as you can see, you might need to walk the feet in, have your knees just above the heels, and you're good to go. You're going to come down, circle the arms and lift up. So nice deep breaths as you do this. You can do these without the arms, as in like circling, or you could hold a weight in one or both hands if you really wanted to. But it's not just about what you're gaining from when you're going down into your squat, it's about what happens when you rise up. So really firm the buttocks as you lift. All right, so we've got 2 more and then we're going to change. Right, so what's going to happen is, take a moment whilst I do the talking, is I'm going to come down into my squat, and you can either bring elbow to the thigh, or if you want to, fingertips touch the floor and alternate, okay? So you choose which one you want to do, and then I might lose puff and I might decide to go onto the elbows later on, and that's absolutely fine. Mix it up. Okay, ready, steady, get into your squat, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Break. Remember to power through the legs as you go down, and you can switch it up onto the elbows anytime. We're going to go for again, all right? So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and breather. Okay, so 10 more, okay, and that makes 30, and that's pretty good. So come down into that squat. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Come up. Oh, how are those legs doing? Okay, so next up we're going to come back down onto all fours whenever you're ready. Down onto the mat. Now we'll just mind lift the knees up a few inches and animal crawl backwards and forwards. Stay nice and low with the buttocks. I know the knees are off the ground, but not too high. To remember, you're not going into like a weird downward dog with this one. So really good all-rounder core, arms, legs, booty, strengthening the wrists as well and the ankles. Good balance, coordination, you get it. There's a lot going on. All right, so come back to your mat. All right, and from here, this time we're going to grab left hand to right arm. Again, it squares off the shoulders, isolates the glutes more, so your back isn't thrown into it. And I've got right foot up towards the sky. You might know these as like a donkey kick. Push away the mat and swing that leg up and down. Keep drawing navel to spine. Try not to overly arch the back and do this. No. I'm not being rude by looking down at the floor. I want to keep my neck nice and happy, by the way. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Come down. So I've got right hand grabbing onto the left arm. Pick up that left leg and kick it up. You can flex the foot or feel my balance is going. I've got to push that hand into the mat. So hard when you're talking to do these. Let me know if you're sweating. It's a hot day today. Nice deep breaths. Just need to focus on drawing that navel in a bit more for me. I feel like I'm just kind of throwing my back in. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Pause. Child's pose. Rest. Or if you want to grab some water, then go for it. Nice deep breaths. Okay, last one you've got coming up. Come up onto the palms of the hands. And like I said, you can do this with the knees down, that leg extension if you want. It's a nice sort of drill coming from Sunbird. Or lift the knees off the floor first, and then kick the foot back. So you want to make sure that your glutes take over. Don't throw your back into it and height. No, 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 no. There's other things that you can do to focus on your flexibility. No, we're not doing that right now. Don't look behind you. Look in between the hands somewhere. Keep that neck nice and long. Shoulders sitting back and away from the ears. Navel to spine. Nice deep breaths. Keep pushing away your mat. Don't lift your bum too high. I feel like that was happening to me. It's because you get lazy. Well, not lazy, you get tired. Okay? And whenever you're ready, come back down. Oh, sit yourself down. My yoga mat looks a mess right now. I don't know if you can see it. Nice deep breaths. Make sure you breathe. Can you see how I'm trying to sit myself up nice and tall? Don't hunch over. How can that oxygen get in? Nice deep breaths. So just massage the hips here by taking the feet from a seated position, feet about the width of your yoga mat, and you're going to flip your knees over to the side. All right, so towards your left, I'll specify for you, and then twist round towards the back. You did good. And then come around towards the other side to twist. And then come back to center. And what you're going to do is you're going to come into happy baby. And this is so important to keep the glutes as well as strengthening them, is to keep them happy. Keep your hips mobile. Keep your glutes, stretch your glutes out. Focus on both. You can't just do all of like the active work. You've got to do the rest and recovery part. So we're going to bring knees in towards us, and those of you that do yoga with me already in real life or online will know how much I love happy baby, and I get you guys to do it all the time, is to bring the knees wide apart, soles of the feet face the ceiling, and you can hold on to the hamstrings if you're really tight today, or the ankles or outer edges of the feet. I know it's not a pretty pose, and that's why you're not going to see it a lot on social media, but man does it work. So really try and open up through the lower back, through the hips. Deep breaths. And then we're going to let go of the left leg, and you can either drop that down in front of you. You can see I'm choosing this option 1, or the second option to extend the leg if the hips and the glutes are feeling pretty good. So make sure you're pressing both butt cheeks into the mat with that one, that you're not kind of tipping to the side. And then you're going to change sides from here. I grab onto that left foot again, or the left leg, and then switch it over. So right leg, either the knee bend, especially if I'm feeling tight in the hip, I will choose this option. If I'm feeling pretty mobile, then I will extend the leg. Keep the leg in alignment with the hip. You can always lift the head up to check, and press down through both butt cheeks. So I can just feel myself slightly leaning towards the left, and I'm going to press that right butt cheek down. I also use the right hand there on the hip to remind my body what it should be doing. Good. And then from here, back into happy baby. Maybe sway outside to side. That's really nice and relaxing as well. We're going to finish off this class by rearing ourselves up to a seated position. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back and away from the ears, and if you need to move around the neck or the shoulders, giving everything a nice stretch out. Hopefully you feel a lot more energized, and I feel really good after focusing on the glutes. Reach the hands up towards the sky, bring the thumbs down towards the third eye for your vision and dreams, down towards the mouth and throat for clear speech, good conversation, immunity, down towards the chest and heart for love, compassion, and finally down toward the lower part of the belly for good instincts, fire, and healthy digestion. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said, hit the notification button, make sure you subscribe if you want more videos from me, and also leave me a comment on any suggestions for any other classes that you want me to do, because it's not about what I want to do, it's about what you guys want, and I'll see you next time on the yoga mat. Bye.